Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So, today I'm going to focus again on the All Together collection. So, if you saw my video on Wednesday, I shared a couple of fun fold card ideas with you at that time, just featuring some of the pattern paper and images from this stamp set. So today I'm just going to focus completely on this product suite. Um, so the cards I shared, I linked to it in the description with this video, but the cards I shared on Wednesday had just a combination of these products and some of the sunshine and rainbow products. So, hi, good morning. Good morning. So today I just want to really focus on the All Together suite. So this is a new product collection and it has a variety of different things in it. So it has the Here Together stamp set, which just has some really great greetings and sentiments, and of course, some really fun images here. And then there's also a die set that you can get as well. So it cuts out some of the images from the stamp set, and then there's some other dies that you can use in your card making or paper crafting. So it's really a fun set. I had a lot of fun creating these cards. And then I'm also using some of the All Together Designer Series paper. So it's a pack of paper that has just some black and white patterns on it. So I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do with this pattern paper today. But it's just really a really nice pack of paper to create cards. So I used that designer paper and then I used some of my favorite colors. So I'm going to tell you what those are right away, just in case I forget. So I have Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, and Coastal Cabana. So these three colors just really make that black and white paper just kind of pop on the card. So that's what I'm going to be using today. So let me show you how to make these cards, and then I'll show you a couple additional card ideas featuring this set. So we'll start with this one. So besides the designer paper and all of the fun stamp sets and dies, there is the natural blends, the natural tone blends came out as well. So I don't know if you guys saw these. There's 10 different blends. I just have 3 of them here. This is what I'm going to use to create this card. But there's just a variety of different tones that you can use, and I just absolutely love them. So I'm going to show you some of those today as well. So for this card, let me grab some scrap paper here. You can see I was practicing. So So for this card, what I did is I used one of the patterns in that All Together Designer Series paper pack. I just kind of cut it down to 4¼ inches, just so that it covers the whole front of my card. And then I'm just going to use these different blends to color them in. So I labeled mine so that I could see it better because they're actually not labeled. So I just put, you know, kind of listed the different tones on each of these so that I knew what I was working with. And I'll show you the chart too in just a minute, but these blends are really nice. Of course, you guys know I love using blends because they just color really nicely. So you just really color in your image. You can use blends, you can use whatever coloring tools that you're comfortable with, but I just like the blends. It's just an easy way to add some color. So we'll add that. And this will kind of give you an idea of some of the tones. So this one I'm using is medium. So they have like a light. Let's see, what do they have? They have light, medium, medium deep, and deep. So after I color this, I'll show you all the different colors. So just a fun little set. And I'm not really doing any shading per se. I'm not using multiple different colors to color in my images. I'm just using just one of the blends to color each. So, and we'll do this one over here. So have you guys seen the blends? Do you like the blends, the different colors? Actually, tell me what your favorite coloring tool is. Are they the blends? I'll get to your comments after the video because I can't manage your comments and color at the same time. I don't do well, two things at once. So I promise I will look at your comments after I'm done. But yeah, just let me know what's your favorite coloring tool. Do you use blends? Do you use sponging? Do you use watercolor pencils? We have blender pens, blender brushes, all kinds of fun ways to add color to your images. And let's see, I think we'll use this one. This one's the medium deep. Now this paper has a variety of different hand images in it that you can use in card making. So this is just um, one of the images. There's other ones in there too. So all right, so once we get this colored, then I'll show you how to put this card together. I debated on whether or not I should color this before I did my live. But since a lot of you said that you like to watch me color, then I decided I'll just color it on the live. Okay, so there we go. Let's move this out of the way here. So before we put the card together, I'll show you the different blends. So I put together this little color chart. You can find it out on my blog. I've linked to that in the description with this video. But there's, like I said, there's light, medium, medium deep, and deep. And there's two blends that come in each pack. So for the light pack, there's two different blends, and these are the colors. And then the medium light, medium, and so on. So you can get them individually if you only want certain natural tones, or you can get the entire collection. So it's really a nice little collection. Okay, so now let's make our card. And what I'm going to do, I have to grab my little heart image because I will need that. So basically what I did is just cut down a little piece of the designer paper. I wanted to use the hearts right above this piece here. So I'm going to adhere those together first, and then we'll add them to the card. And you can use any of the patterns in this paper. Since I'm decorating this card with hearts, I just decided to use the hearts. So we'll add that little strip, and then we'll add this to our card front. And you can see the blends kind of bleed through the back. So always make sure when you're using blends that you're not doing it directly on your card front, because it will bleed through to the inside. So all right, so that will be our focal point here on the card. And then I'm just going to add a couple little hearts. So there's a little heart outline image in this particular set. So you can use it to just add, different things to your background. You can use it to embellish the card. Add that. We'll add another one down here, and we'll add one over here. Okay. Oh, I'm kind of going off screen. Sorry, guys. getting all excited. Okay. So now what I did is I actually embossed one of the greetings, one of the sentiments from this set on a piece of black cardstock, just using some white embossing powder. So I'm just going to change the sentiment or greeting out on this card and show you just a different one. So this one is love changes everything on the sample card. And then on the card that I'm making over here, I just used the greeting that says every act of kindness changes the world. And so we can just put that right in the center there. So I just thought I'd give you a couple different looks. And then we can add little hearts. So I stamped these little hearts, the same ones that I used to stamp on the card background. I stamped them on a scrap piece of white cardstock and then just colored them in with the Calypso Coral Stamping Blend. And so that's how I created this. Let's just put this one off to the side. Let's see, which way should we turn it? We'll put it straight. There we go. So there you go. I just think it's just an awesome card. I love the different natural tones. I love the message that it sends. It's just really a pretty card. So, all right. So that is the first card idea that I have to share with you. So let me set these aside. And what did I do with my other cards? Then I have this card. So this one involves doing some stamping in the background. And I think I've showed you this technique before, but I'm going to show it to you again because this particular stamp set has just a variety of really fun greetings and sentiments that you can use to create a background on your card. So I'm just using Coastal Cabana. I'm going to just see if I can make this just a little bit flatter. Just works better. All right. So what I did is I just took two of the greetings from this particular set and I just added them right next to each other on my block. And I'm just going to use these to stamp my background. So my greetings or my sentiments are going to become the backdrop for the card. So let me just test this out here, make sure they're semi-straight. Yeah, they look pretty good. So I'm going to stamp using Coastal Cabana on a Coastal Cabana card base. So it just kind of gives it a more subtle look. And I just go kind of diagonally across the card. And then I fill in once I get diagonal all the way across, then I just kind of go back and fill it in. So we can add this up here. And then we'll add this in the middle. And so this way you kind of get the, you alternate between the two greetings. I hope that makes sense. And put this down on the bottom. And then we'll fill in this little spot over here. There. So that is how you create the card base. And then we can go ahead and decorate it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just use one of the images from the set. I love that the hands are in the shape of a heart. And so I'm just going to stamp this using some black Memento ink. Now you can use the Stampin' Blends with any ink. I mean, it works better with the Memento ink, but as you can see, I use the Stampin' Blends to create the heart. and I just stamped that heart in Calypso Coral, so I didn't use the black Memento ink. So we'll just stamp this, and then we will go ahead and color it in. And again, you can use any of the blends, any of those natural tones, just to color this in. All right, so there's the one side. So it colors in fairly quick. Oh, all right. So the more you go back over it, you know, the deeper the tone is going to get. Uh, so we'll leave it like that. And then there's this fun little, I don't even know what you call this, fun little image to put across the top. So I'm just going to use some Daffodil Delight to go across the top. So I'll put that on there. And I don't even remember what size this is. So let me tell you, I'll tell you how big my paper is. It's 2.5 by 3.5. Oops. Okay, so now we'll just put this on our card front. And I'm going to take a piece of designer paper, which is 2.25 by like 3.25, 3 3/4, excuse me, 2.25 by 3 3/4. And that's going to just kind of go off to the side a little bit. And then this piece, I'm actually lining it up with the squares. So I'm going to leave like 2 squares up on the top and 2 squares off to the side, this square pattern paper. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this white piece here. So let me do that quick. And then this piece, we will go ahead and adhere this. So this one I'll adhere flat down. Let's just make sure that looks good. That looks good. And then we'll pop this little guy up. There we go. And we'll leave just a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to add one of those little hearts in the center. So it's actually a pretty simple card to make. And it turns out just really pretty. So you don't even have to add any other greetings because you have all your greetings or your sentiments kind of stamped in the background. You can add, you know, stamp one of these sentiments on the inside if you want to as well, or you could just leave it blank. So that is the second card. So that one was fun. And then this last card that I have to share with you is just another fun way to use the images. So this time I did all the coloring because I had to. So I will show you how to create this one. So the first thing I did is just cut my designer paper. So I used one of the patterns from the All Together collection. So I'm using the hearts across the top here. So this is just 4.25 inches long here, and it's about 3 3/4 inches, 3 3/4 inches long, 4.25 inches wide. So that we will just adhere first. So I'm basically just covering the whole card front. And then the next thing I did is I just added this colored piece of designer paper to the bottom. So you're probably wondering how I colored that. This is actually one of the patterns of the All Together Designer Series paper. And so what I did is I sponged a variety of different colors onto this pattern paper to create this piece here that has that Coastal Cabana, the Daffodil Delight, and Calypso Coral all kind of mixed in. So it just adds a lot of fun colors to the card. So you can take any of these patterns, even the stripe pattern, and you can just use your blending brush or a sponge and just add a variety of colors to the pattern paper. So that's what I like about the black and white pattern papers. So, all right, so then this piece is going to go down on the bottom. And this is about a 1 inch wide. I'm just going to leave a little space in between the two here. So it's about a 1 inch wide piece. Then the next thing I did is I just took one of the images from the set and I stamped it on a scrap piece of white cardstock. And then I just colored it in with some of those natural tone blends. And then I cut it out with the layering circle dies. So that's why this one is already colored in, because I needed to color it and then cut it out. So you can use this image this way, or you can use it this way. Either way is fine. I just thought it looked nice this way. And so I'm just going to pop this up on the card. So this will be our focal point up here. And then I'm just adding another one of those little hearts. So the stamp set has this heart image and it has a die to cut it out. So that's nice. And then I'm going to add my greeting across the bottom. So let me just add some dimensionals here. So I just cut a 3/4 inch wide piece of white cardstock. So it's 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And we'll just cover up the space in between here and run this completely across the card front. And then we can add a couple little gems. You can add any kind of gems to decorate this up. And then of course I have to add my little bows. So I just took 2 pieces of twine and I tied them together to create a little bow. And I just adhere it to my card front with a little glue dot. So the little glue dot kind of goes right behind that bow. Except for in this case, I put it up a little too high. There we go. Yeah, you can use your tools to tuck it in there. And there you go. So that is the third card. Well, we made all 3. Okay, let me bring back the other cards. So these are the 3 cards that I shared with you today. And I also created just some other cards that I want to share with you. So these cards don't use any of the hand images, just some of the pretty paper and, some of the really nice sentiments and greetings that are in this particular pack. So here is one. And another little simple one. You can see I used that colored paper, that sponged paper in the background. Actually, I'll put this here so you guys can see them. There we go. So that's that one. And then this last one just says here for you. And I actually layered these die cut pieces together so it's 2 layers thick. And then I just used some of the pattern paper and sponged it in the background. So just some fun little card ideas for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas and this look into the All Together collection. It really is a very fun collection. I really love the sentiments and the greetings, just the different images in this set. And if you joined me a little bit late, I mentioned at the beginning that I did put together a fun fold card on Wednesday. So if you haven't seen that video, I did link to that in the description with this video. But I did feature some of the images from this set in that fun fold card. So go check that out. And you can find all the details about that fun fold card and this all together collection by clicking on the link that I've featured in the description with this video. So you can get all the details there. Otherwise, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll take a look at all of your comments once this video is over. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed these card ideas. Have a fun Sunday, and I will talk to you guys again next week. Take care, everybody.